Hi guys, this video is a video response to MrHiramCook. Hiram was kind enough to see if the Stanley Camp Cook set would fit inside the Ikea Hobo Stove. Ikea Hobo Stove is basically an Ikea utensil holder, and I have two versions of it. Hiram has the small one, I believe. I have the small one and the big one, and the big one I've used many times as a wood burning stove. I've been very happy with it, but because Hiram stated he would mod his out with a hole in it so you can feed wood in through the side and things like that, well, I thought I'd give him some hints, tips, and share my experience with it. It's not without faults. The main problem I have with it is rust. I'll come back to that in a moment. But let's start with the beginning. Lighting it is a small problem. The holes on the bottom, if you put it on a flat surface, they're covered up, so there isn't enough air, well, in my opinion anyway, there isn't enough air flowing from the bottom to let your tinder truly develop a nice flame. As a tinder I use these, well, what are they? They're cotton, well, beauty pads, I would say, cotton beauty pads. It's a variation of the wax impregnated cotton ball. I basically made them, use them like this, break them up in one part like this with a split in the middle, or split them up completely, and then the fibers of the cotton, well, they're still dry and I can light them up very easily with matches or a lighter. I never carry fire steel. I carry a couple of lighters and some boxes of matches, and that works for me because I keep them dry. It lights, but if you drop it in the bottom, it just doesn't get enough draft to truly develop with wood on top of it. And I use small sticks as my main wood to burn, and well, that is a small problem with it. Second thing is burning. Yeah, I made a small list, so let's work down the list. Burning. If this thing truly develops a roaring fire, and the coals, they burn completely, so there should be no ash residue or coals left in the end. But the same problem arises with the holes in the bottom, and then this what should I call it, this well, it's not a lip, but well, this covered up part without holes, it ensures basically that the bottom row of coals never gets burned completely. I don't like that. I don't like leaving coals in nature. So I have to bury them, then I have to carry a shovel or carry something like aluminium foil to take my coals back home. Well, to resolve both issues is very simple. I haven't tested it out, but other videos on the internet basically state that that's a good solution, and put some legs under it. For that I used stainless steel, like the Hobo Stove itself. I used stainless steel bolts, M8, so they're metric 8 millimeters. They're 16 millimeters long, got 4 of them. 8 small rings. I hope you can see it on here. They're both on the outside, and if you can see it on the inside. And then 8 nuts. It's not an elegant solution, but well, it's okay. There's a little bit of a burr of the nuts themselves, but it won't hurt you and perhaps prevent it sliding. But that's a tip I can give. I haven't used something like Trioxane in it. These things I absolutely dread. They're like wood barbecue lighters, lighting blocks, and they're terrible. They give us soot, so I don't use them. To start a fire in it, I'll use this. That works. So the first problem was rust. If this thing develops a roaring heat, it glows red hot, and I think it's full of impurities that won't come out with normal IKEA type usage as a utensil holder. But if you burn stuff in it, it will start to rust immediately, and especially when you're home after using it and you're trying to clean it off with water and soap, it will rust like hell. So I've tried the following. I've put a layer of Vaseline over it and basically tried to season it with it by putting it in the oven. I've applied the Vaseline 3 times, and well, I think it has a nice shiny coating. If you look at this one, it's very nice, golden. So I hope that works. I have to try it out because the new version, the smaller one like Hiram has, I haven't tried it out. But at least at home it hasn't rusted any further since applying the coating. So that's a good indication. And if it burns off during usage, I'll just clean it out at home with water and soap and reapply the Vaseline once again to stop it from rusting. I don't like rust all over my stuff in my pack. Okay, yeah. The main difference between the smaller one is the height. It's 13 centimeters as a unit without the nuts. Well, without, yeah, the nuts. And the bigger one I've used, it's 17.7 centimeters high. One of the things I've used this with is normal pots and pans I use for cooking, and they're big and bulky. So I asked Hiram to look if the test basically if the Stanley MrHiramCook set would fit in. He demonstrated it would, so I'm going to order one of them. Well, first of all, try to get them in a shop over here in the Netherlands. I doubt it if they'll have one, and then I'll basically have to order one in. But at IKEA they also have this item. It's basically a measuring cup, also made out of stainless steel. My basic idea was to create a fire in this, create enough coals, so basically get the tannins and the moisture out of the wood, build a nice layer up, and with the legs, I think I can have a nice layer of coal that burns from the top to the bottom, and put it in and let it basically rest on top of the coals to transfer the heat, especially to water. That would be, I think, ideal. It's also tapered, so any heat coming off would rise via the measuring cup. That's just an idea I had. I have to try that out too. Let's move this out of the way. So let's see. Yes, it's wonderful. I haven't cut a hole in it because I just feed it from the top. I won't cut a hole in it. I'm not seeing any point to that. Lifting something up and throwing wood in is fine by me. The legs are M8 metric 8, 4 times 16 millimeters in length. The bolts, and then 8 small washers, 8 nuts, I've seasoned it with Vaseline, and I hope to use it soon, because it's fun to make a fire in the outdoors. Okay, I hope this helped Hiram, anybody else too, and have a great day. Oh, let's put it like that. Okay, bye bye.